What is genius? And can anyone access their own unique genius? I believe that's true. Today, 2013 and beyond, every single person on the planet has the capacity to access their own genius and bring something extraordinary to the world. So my vision at the moment is to have 7 billion geniuses around the planet, and to do that we're going to play with the genius game and discover your own unique genius and the genius you, how you access ideas, innovation, imagination, how you bring that into everything you do. So let's take a look at what is genius? Well, I'm going to talk about it in 3 different levels: Genius 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. So Genius 1.0 is exactly what you think about genius. Those exceptional, rare prodigies, the Einsteins, the Mozarts, the Beethovens. It seems so far away from where the normal person is that you couldn't possibly think you could be one of those. I'm going to call that Genius 1.0, how we've always perceived and thought of genius. Genius 2.0 is slightly different. Genius 2.0 are the creative geniuses, the musicians, artists, poets, writers, thinkers, philosophers, futurists, the people who learn how to access genius and bring it to their art. And for the average person, still that might look like it might be achievable with some real effort and some real work, but there's probably again a special talent required to access that kind of genius. Well, we're not talking about either of those, 1.0 or 2.0. We're talking about Genius 3.0, where every single person has their own unique genius within them, and every single person can access what I call streaming genius flow, that's sitting there waiting for someone to bring it through. And you will find, as you go through this course, that you will discover how you do that. And you may do that uniquely, differently, applied in all kinds of different ways. It doesn't have to be just creative, artistic genius. It can be applied to everything in life. Everything in your day can have genius in it. So what is genius? For me, genius is coming up with something brand new that's never been before. The art of sourcing the new, of creating new possibilities, new ideas, innovation inside companies, imagination to stir people into new places in the planet. It's really exciting what genius can do. And when genius is picked up by an individual, any individual, and once you get them to pop into that genius, it's amazing to watch how they uniquely apply that differently than anyone else. So in terms of looking at what is genius and how do you access your own, you want to realize that you already have your own inner unique genius. It's already in you. It's always been there. You want to look at things like, what have you always loved? What has always come easy to you? What are the things that you might not even think you'd call it genius? It just comes so natural, so easy, so graciously, so fast to you, and you probably do it all the time. I'll give you an example. I was talking to a young man in Australia. He's probably about 19 or 20, and I said to the room, how many of you believe that you already are geniuses? And 1 out of 14 people put up their hand in that instance. And he was not one of them. The one who did put up his hand was a musician, so he was used to creating music, and therefore he was comfortable with saying he was a genius. This other boy said, no, I'm not a genius, baseball cap and head down and all that kind of stuff. Well, as we worked with them, finally out of his mouth came the words, I am always coming up with new ideas. Always. Like 5 a minute, that kind of thinking. And I was like, wow, that's extraordinary. Does anybody know you do that? No. Have you ever told anybody you do that? No. Do you ever use any of the ideas? No. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what's sitting inside people. Things that you might not even realize are such a gift. and such an ability that the world is just waiting for you to bring it to the fore and to gift it to us in some amazing way that is unique to you. So on this particular module, you're going to look at what is your genius. And you want to spend the time between now, Module 1, and Module 2, answering some of those questions. What do you do brilliantly? What comes naturally and easily for you? What excites you in the world? What one thing would you love to do for the world? If you could do anything, if you had all the expertise, all the resources, all the money, what one thing would you want to do for the world? These are the kinds of things that will point you to the clues for the genius that you already have within you. So between now and the next module, if you would spend some time exploring your own unique genius and how that shows up for you. If you get stuck and you're not sure, then I'm going to assign you a project. I want you to go around and ask 4 people you know, people who like you, and say to them, do you think I have any genius capacity? And let them tell you what it is. Take some notes, write it down, so when we go into Module 2, you've already kind of gotten comfortable with, oh, hey, I might have this genius inside me and I can get that. And you're starting to get comfortable making friends with your own genius.